All right, and we're back. Today's video, we're going to see if we can swap out the coil springs. This entails removing the sway bar, loosening and removing the bottom bolt for the shock, okay, and possibly removing the track bar. I know I called it a panhard bar, but that's the term used in stock car racing, which I grew up around. So, but yeah, it's a track bar. So if I get this disconnected, lower the jack, doesn't give me enough room, then we'll loosen the track bar, and that'll let the rear go the rest of the way down so I can get both springs in. All right, so just like with the front struts, we're going to leave this running so you guys can see exactly how long it takes, other than the fact that I've removed the wheels and tires already, got it jacked up, and then got the jack stand set. All right, so let's see how long this takes. All right, first order of business is going to be the sway bar. Okay, this is, I believe, 18 millimeter. Let's see what we got. Hopefully it runs right out. Let's see, is that 18? Yes, that's an 18. So I'm going to hit it with the my impact gun, and hopefully spins right off. As always, you guys know how I spray stuff a couple days ahead of time. I've been spraying these bolts and nuts for probably 5 days. Been spraying them just about every day. So let's see. If this doesn't work, then we're going to have to get an 18 millimeter wrench and an 8 millimeter socket to hold the end so we can get those undone. So let's see where we're at. Yeah, she's spinning. That's what I was afraid of. Okay. Not going to come out. So I think I'm going to move on to, before I tackle that, let's see, where are we at? There's my 18. 19. I'm looking for my ratcheting 18. Okay, there it is there. Ratcheting 18. All right, now, I thought I had an 8 millimeter wrench too. Now, I'll bet you it's not here. Like I told you guys before, I have a habit of loaning my tools out, and then I forget who the hell I loan them to, and then I don't get them back. So, yeah, I'm not seeing a 18. So we're going to end up having to use a small ratchet. Where are we at? Not that one. Where is it? There it is. 18, and then 8 millimeter socket. It should be 10, 9, 8. That should be my, nope, that's a 7. Where the heck is my 8? Is that in between? What do we got here? There's the 8. All right, let's see. All right, let me reposition you. Let's see what we got here. I can do this where you guys can see. I'm going to reach over, position the camera here, bring you up a little bit right there. Okay, let's see. Come on. Gonna have to lay down here, I think. So get a better position. There we go. See, these look to be in good shape, so I don't want to change these out unless I have to. Let's put it that way. So the boots are good on them. Everything looks good on these. So again, I don't want to do it unless I have to. Get off the end here. What's behind that? Is there a... Yeah, there's no put and grab there. Sometimes you can get an 18 millimeter wrench on the backside too to help undo it. There we go. Okay, so that's one side. Get this out. Pivot it back out of the way. That's one. All right, I'm going to work my way to the lower shock mount now. Okay. And pick up my car keys. because they fall out of my pocket all the time, and I end up setting the alarm, triggering the alarm, setting it off, panic alarm, the whole 9 yards. So, all right, now move on to the 21. 21. This is for the bottom shock bolt to 21. So we're going to see, hopefully this breaks loose. Got my brand new 21mm wrench I bought. See what we got. So I'm going to bring you around here now. Okay, let's see. I think that. All right, it's right there. I can get you, try to get you on an angle. You can see what the heck I'm doing, but let's see. It's right there. All right, so I'm going to try to do this, hopefully, so you guys can see. All right, so there's a 21. I'm going to go underneath to get the nut off the back. All right, let's see. Very good. Okay, so that run right off. So now, what I want to do is just slide this back a little bit. I'm not ready to take that out yet because we're going to move to the other side. I want to do sway bar link and lower shock bolt on that side, and then we can go ahead and pop the bolts out and see if we can lower this rear enough to get the springs in. Idea is to have it up high enough with the wheels off so when you lower the rear, it gives you room to pop the springs themselves out. So, okay, let's take it to the other side. Grab my tools required here, and we'll go right around here, and we're going to do the same thing. Let's get this. Actually, what I might do is let me do the shock bolt first, bolt and nut, because that comes right out with the impact. Life is easy. Sometimes though they get stuck, but as I said, I've been spraying them for the last 5 days with PB Blaster. Best stuff in the business. Come on. All right, very good. Okay, so that's out. And it's just a matter of popping the bolt out. Not yet, stay there. All right, let's get this out of the way. That handy. Now, we'll move back to the mount like we did. Highly unlikely that it's going to come out, so I'm just going to wrench it again. Get this in place. This in place. Okay, bring you back over here. Where are we at? Let's see. Come on. I'm touching the screen. There it is. I just want to make sure the camera hasn't shut off because I've had that happen and I've lost videos. So. Oh, come on. Yeah, see, that's what I'm afraid of. Sometimes you get them. Even though I've been spraying it, it's a little snug. There we go, okay. Run this out. Come on. Flex head ratchets can be a pain in the backside sometimes. And I think while we're out here today, I'm going to pull the inner wheel wells out in the back so I can start spraying the shock bolts, because that's going to be the next thing in a week or so, depending on the weather, as always, because it's supposed to get cold again, like mid-40s next week, the way they're talking. I just wish spring would spring and be done with it, you know? All right, let's see. All right, that's that. Get that out of the way. Okay, very good. Now, we're going to see if we can lower this rear, see if it comes down, and we can get the springs out. Now let's reposition you back over here with me. All right, let's see what we got. I'm going to go down to the jack stands first. Okay, make sure we're settled properly. All right, that one looks good. Check this one on this side. This one's not quite settled yet. Move it this way a little. There we go. And we'll do that and see where we're at. See what we got. All right, we're on the stands. Going down. Now, let's see where we're at. Can we get these springs out without removing the track bar? Do we have play? Nope. We do not have play. So, I think we're going to have to, let me raise this back up. I'm going to loosen the track bar, and that'll give us room to go back and forth, hopefully, to get these things out. So let me raise this back up. Going up. All right, let's see. See what we got. See what the track bar is. I think it's 21 also. We're about to find out. Let's see. Okay. 21? Yes. Okay, very good. Now, what this uses, the track bar uses a capture style bolt. Okay, so all I got to do is work one side. Looks like that right there. Okay, all right. So that way when you put it back in, you don't have to have a wrench on the back side. They actually make these for the shocks now. Now, let's lower this down again and see what we got. I may have to dig out my larger jack stands. I have a set that's much bigger. Okay. Oh, well, that ain't gonna work. I'm a dummy. Let me jack this in a little bit. What's stopping me is I forgot to pull the shock bolts the rest of the way out. So there you go. That happens. All right, very good. That's one. That's one. Let me get the other side. And the rear should go down now. I left them in so it wouldn't hang like that. Now let's go down. Let's see where we're at. Oh yeah. See? Now that's all the way down. See how far down that was. Now, see if these springs are going to cooperate and come right out. We're all the way down. Oh yeah. Nice. All right, so when you take them out, okay, this is your, lean up against that lug. This is your rubber isolator. So this goes on top of the new springs when they go back up in. All right, and then you always remember, see how that's wound? All right. Bring it this way a little bit. All right, that's that. Let me flip this over. Let me get a new one out. Really? Okay. And now, here's your difference. As you can see, they're the same length, but tighter wound coils up here stop the back end from sagging. All right, you see that? So they're designed that way, so they're a variable rate. As you put more weight in, it binds up more, so you can carry more weight without massive sag. All right, that's that. Now, we'll put the isolator goes back in the top. Okay, always remember, your top is your wider, your bottom is the tighter wound spring at the, okay? And that goes in over the post here. All right, see if we can get this up in here without a problem. Up in the spring pocket and set it right there. Okay, see? So that just set right up, and now we'll go get the other side. Taking that track part down helps immensely because it allows the rear to go down further. I've seen guys try to struggle without removing the track bar on these, and it's like nothing but a heartache. Okay, bring this one out. Well, there's our, again, with the isolator. Let me get the other spring. Guys, I'll have to forgive me too. I forgot to take a measurement before, but you had the video. I think it was 40 inches because I measured it on my friend's truck the other day. We wanted to see the difference in suspension. So I forgot to take the measurement today. I wanted to show you guys, but it was 40 in the rear from the ground to the middle of the fender well. So, all right. This up in here. All right. Okay, that sets in place. So now all we got to do is jack the rear up, get that back in place, hook up the shocks, hook up the track bar, hook up the sway bar, and we're done. So now we're going to jack it up. Get you back here. This is where a helper comes in handy. Let me see where I'm at for a shock bolt. Yeah, these shocks are definitely worn out. All right, that one's in. Get that started. That gets it started, gets a nut on it. It'll come around, check the other side, how far we are. I think we're pretty close, actually. Yeah, these shocks I can compress by hand. All right, that's that one. Get a nut on the back. That way all I got to do is run them down. All right, so that's done. Now, we're going to have to go higher to get the track bar. But what I want to do first, I think I'll just tighten these shock bolts down. Let's get them snug back down here. They're 100 foot-pounds. But I'm just going to run them in and get back underneath. Come on. I'm just going to run them in because they're going to probably be a little over tight, not too worried about it. And the reason I say that is because these shocks have got to be changed. So, like oil on the bottom here. So, this one I compress easily by hand. So, all right, we'll move around the other side. We'll tighten that down, we'll jack it up more so we can get the track bar back in. And while I'm down here, I'm going to rotate the tire side to side. Get that out of the way. Then all I got to do is jack the front up and rotate that side to side. All right, get the wrench on again. Get this underneath here. And same thing, run this down. Okay, that's good and tight, ready to go. So now, I'm gonna work our way back over to the track bar. See where we're at, start jacking it up. Then we can get the track bar in. Coming over here. All right, now, there's the track bar right here. So, we're pretty close on that. Let's see. The bolt will go in. If I can get the bolt to run in. Oh yeah, very good. Now let me get this started. And we'll do the same thing. We're going to run that in. Okay. You guys can see that. Now watch. See how that flipped over? good. Track bar is done. So all I got to do now is jack it up a little bit, and we can get these started. So I'm going to come up more now. Almost. Just about got it. All right, very good. Now, take this off. See if we can get this back in place here. There we go. That's that. Okay, we'll start the nut. So what I'm going to try to do, that may be able to run down till we get to where we got to be to tighten it down. That's what I'm looking for. All right, let's see if this will run in. Trying to work around you guys. You see what I'm doing here. Yep, of course. All right, in any case. So we'll have to use the wrench. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the other side, get that one started. And then I'll tighten that one and come back to this side. So again, here we are here. And we'll get this off. Go, get that started a little bit. There we go. So that gets that started. Now, what we got to do is run it down. Actually, I'm going to jack the truck up just a little more. All right, 3 more pumps. Okay, very good. So that's coming up. And now we got to hold that. Let's get this back on here and make sure we're going the right way. Like so. Now, like this. And we just run it down. Again, I'm not going to worry about torque. I'm just going to go to tight. And then I'll find my torque specs, and when I do the shocks, just torque everything down where it belongs. Okay, good and snug. Back to the other side. And we're definitely going to have to go higher on the jack to get the tires on. Okay, one more. All right, now. Go on. I gotta find my 8mm wrench. I know I probably loaned it out again. Like I said, I got a bad habit of loaning tools. Hey Rich, can I borrow this? Hey Rich, can I borrow that? And then I loan it and I forget who the hell I loaned it to. And then I'm stuck looking for my own tools again. All right, so that's snug. Now, basically, that's it. Where are we at? We're 23 minutes. 23:39 in. Swapping the springs out, doing it the way I just did it. You see how quick and easy it goes? It's not hard at all. Very simple. So now it's just a matter of throwing the tires on. So I'm not going to make you watch that. But once I do get done with the tires, I'm going to start the video up and show you a side shot where it's sitting. All right, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right, and we're back. All right, so that's the end of it right there. Wheel well liners are out. All right, so both sides, wheels on, everything's torqued. See the spot underneath? I sprayed the upper nuts on the back so I can hopefully get that apart without a problem. Put the shocks on next week or week after. All right, so let me do this real quick, set you down. Now, if you remember, I was at 39.5 last time I measured. Really? Try this again. You're going to lock in place for me? There you go. All right. We are on a slight slant here, but I measured it here the other day, and now we're at 40.5. So we're a ½ inch taller. The fronts are 39.5, and they haven't quite settled yet. Probably going to go down another 1/4 to ½ inch, but we're at 40.5 right now with the new springs in. So that gives me the rake back that I wanted. Remember I told you guys I wanted my rake back. So that gives me back my rake. So now it's just a matter of getting the shocks replaced, and then I can take it for an alignment, and the truck suspension-wise is done. All right, with that said, you see how easy and painless it is to do this job. Big jack, couple of jack stands, some metric 22 for the wheels, 21 for the shock bolts, 18 and 8mm for the sway bar links, and 21 for the track bar. Take that apart. You see, it took me, once I'm done processing this video, the actual job itself, I think, took 33.5 minutes. So, again, with that said, it's easy, but if you don't feel comfortable, seek out a professional to do your job for you. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, as always, and make a comment, because it does help me out with YouTube's analytics. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.